Got a great question for you today on Front Porch Friday. Ask Laurie, and here it is. How do you balance God, husband, family, your single woman, your singleness, okay? How do you balance kids if you have kids, and church, and your job? How do you balance all of these things in your life? That is a great question. And not one, but two of you Glow Girls sent that question to me, and two of you then are the winners today of my little CD teaching series, We Have a Latte in Common, all about friendship. So let me announce the two winners, and then I'll answer that great question. The two winners today are Maria and Judy. Congratulations, and thank you for submitting such a practical and much needed question for me to answer. And here's what I'm going to give you today. I'm going to give all of you the top 3 ways to balance your life, okay? The 3 top things you need to know if you want to balance your life. You know, as women, we have lots of responsibilities. We wear lots of hats, and it just seems like as the seasons of our life go on, those hats and responsibilities may change, but we've always got a lot on our plates. And here's what I would tell you. The number one thing you need to do if you want to balance your life God's way is you've got to give God priority today, okay? Today and every day. Give Him priority today and every day. You've got to love Him most and seek Him first. Spend time with Him. Spend time on your knees. Spend time in His Word. How much time? Girl, listen, that's between you and Lord. But I'm telling you, listen, you have got to give Him priority in your daily life, in your thought life, in your quiet time life, and in all of those roles and responsibilities. He's got to be the one that you seek first and foremost to please. The Bible says in Matthew 6:33, it says this, that seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and it says this, that all these things will be added to you. When you look at the context of that passage, what He's talking about there, Jesus is talking about, is frustration, okay? It's worries, things we worry about. And girls, admit it, women worry, don't we? We worry a lot. We worry about, how am I going to get it all done? How am I going to have all that I need? How in the world am I possibly going to do this or do that? Listen, how am I going to juggle all of this? The context is worry in Matthew 6:33, and the promise of God to you is this, is that when you seek Him first, when you give Him priority, that He will take care of each and every need. But let me also tell you this, the opposite is also true. When you don't give Him priority, you know what happens? You won't have all that you need. You say, well, I don't have time to spend time with God. I don't have time to spend time in His Word. You know what? You and I both know that's not true. We have time for what we make time for. And girl, you got to give Him priority. But I'm not just talking about a quiet time. I'm talking about in your daily walk, in your day-to-day, moment by moment, hour by hour day, giving God priority. Are you doing that? Listen, when you do that, what He promises is that He'll not only meet your needs, but it's like a supernatural blessing that enables you to be able to juggle the things He's given you to do, and to be able to see the real priorities in your life for what they are, and to be able to have wisdom to let go of some of those things that aren't so important, and to embrace the roles and responsibilities that God sees as priorities in your life. So, number 1, give God priority in your life today and every day. Secondly, I think the way you keep your balance is you've got to remember there is a season for everything. Ecclesiastes 3:1 was written by a man named Solomon in a very frustrating season of his life when he was in charge of a lot of different things, and he was seeking fulfillment. He was seeking contentment. He was seeking purpose in life, and he could not find it. He was so frustrated with his life. And he comes down to chapter 3, verse 1 in Ecclesiastes, and he says, there's a season for everything in life, okay? There's a season for everything, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. You know what? Listen, there is a season for everything in your life, for all those roles and responsibilities and the things that you have to do. There's a season for it. That's true. But let me tell you what else is true. You can't do everything in every season, okay? You can't do everything in every season. So stop trying to be Superwoman, okay? And try to do in everything all the time. Let God establish your priorities in this season of your life, and then trust Him to allow you then to achieve the dreams and the purposes that He has for you in His time, in the future, okay? Not your time, and not just right now all the time. There's a season. So remember, there's a season, okay, for everything. But you can't have everything in every season, all right? Number 3, let God help you get back on the beam when you fall off, okay? Let God help you get back on that balance beam when you fall off. You know, lots of us just got finished watching the Olympics and we saw those women gymnasts on that balance beam, and lots of them would be up there and we would see them as they got up, and one trick after another, as they would leap and turn and twist and all this stuff, they would maybe take a moment just to get their balance, wouldn't they? And sometimes they would even wobble a little bit till they got their balance, and sometimes they fell off, didn't they? And they had to start all over again. Such a picture of balance in our lives, and all those tricks that they perform are all the various responsibilities and roles that you and I have to oversee in our daily lives. And the truth is, listen, let God help you get back on the beam when you fall off and when you begin to wobble. And let Him, this ever-faithful Father that you have, this ever-forgiving Father. Listen, it says in 2 Timothy 2:13, when we're faithless, He remains faithful. And then in Psalm 86:5 it says, for you, O Lord, are good and ready to forgive, abundant in loving kindness to all who call on you. Girl, listen, when you fall off, and honey, I've fallen off many times, listen, He's ready to help you get back on. So don't give up, but instead let God help you get back on the beam. You know what the number one myth is about balancing your life? The number one myth about balancing your life is this: it's that one day it'll get easy. Truth is, it'll never be easy. It's going to be a challenge in every season of your life. But if you'll give Him priority today, and if you will remember that your life is a succession of seasons and you can't do everything in every single season, you'll trust the Lord that He'll bring about the time, if it's in His will for your life, that eventually He'll allow you to have those dreams and fulfill those things that you want to do. And if you'll allow your faithful, forgiving Father to help you get back on the beam, girl, you can achieve balance day by day by day. If you need a little more help about this issue of balance, I've got a great CD set. It's called Balancing Life God's Way, and I would encourage you to do my Bible study, There Is a Season. It's about the seasons of life and how to see your life in seasons, and then how to find contentment in each and every one. What a great day on Front Porch Friday. Thanks so much for a great question. I just appreciate all the questions you've sent in, and it's still not too late to do that. If you want to send me a question, you can post it here on the blog or Facebook, or you can send it to me at priorityministries.com. I'll see you right here next Friday on Front Porch Friday. Love you, girl. Bye-bye.